did O.J. Simpson say to Kobe after his case was over?
What's that?
Don't let this whole trial thing turn you off to white women.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy, the Anton Man. Head coach Jerome Moore fired and then arrested. There have been rumors going around for a few years that he might have been stepping outside of his marriage. But when they was both interviewed, they both denied it. Denied till death. Then it all comes out in one shot. And just like Craig on Friday, he got fired on his day off and arrested.
Damn!
Crazy. Let's get to the content.
Same thing, huh?
You can't legislate where a is gonna go.
Well,
you are foul for trying to do that. We are out here. We are human beings, and if proximity is part of the picture, is going in some.
At a $34.3 million for 5 years, but now he can't get the rest. He only got 6.1. So,
but this is what's not being said.
It's a lot of money to
if
jeopardize.
You are around a woman, you can smash. Nobody's saying this. How are you gonna legislate what's gonna naturally happen between two human beings? If I'm around a woman, do you see how good I look?
Oh.
What these hoes love me, boy? That's why I can laugh when people joke on me and do stuff like that. When people joke on me and all that, I laugh with them. But I'm telling you something, man. And this is something that needs to be put in stone. If a real around your bro, she is gonna be hypnotized by him.
He was one of the top ranking.
And because he had money, that made him real in them girls' eyes. Mm-hmm. Not the real on our end. See, on our end, like, you got feminists talking crazy about us, but I ain't got nothing but a backpack and a 94 Chevy, putting all them feminist bras. What was the one bra used to be on the internet? Cynthia G. Got pregnant by a who ain't got nothing up to date in his life. So all the feminists talk crazy, get smashed by guys who ain't on nothing. But back on this Sharon Moore thing, or whatever, Sharon Moore,
yeah.
He's an emotional guy.
Oh, that's scary. Yeah, that was scary. Yeah.
When I saw him when Harbaugh got suspended, when he was coaching in Michigan, he was like, Coach, y'all did coach like that. I was like,
wait.
He was crying.
Oh.
You saw that, Phil?
What?
When Coach Harbaugh, when he was the coach in Michigan, and they suspended him, he was like, I was like, okay.
Ooh,
so he's an
scary.
emotional guy. So can you imagine a man, like, just give me this second right here. Can you imagine an emotional man who's black, or some people say he's Trinidad? Look, he got it right there with him crying. Dog, do you know men who cry in public have no power over? I mean, how are you crying because a coach is gone? I mean, I might cry if somebody I love happens to them, or I mean, well, let me make sure I get this right. A crying emotion can happen, but I'm saying, like, when I saw him crying on national TV, I was like, now that's how you get a job.
Yeah. Well, he got a white wife, and then he got a white side chick.
Right,
So
he out there in Michigan living it up. He was the head coach, and as soon as I saw him as the head coach, I was like, he does not fit that job.
He's out on bond now.
Look, they got a coach who's the longest tenured coach in the NFL, and all ESPN does is talk about, oh, he should get fired. And he's made the playoffs every year he's been there. Right. Coach Tomlin for the Pittsburgh Steelers. When I see these black coaches, I feel so sorry for them because they have to get the job while they can get it, but they're judged on a different scale. So the coach at Michigan State went down the same way this coach went down, over nothing. Now, when he went to the girl house and threatened to kill himself, if that's true, you see he's an emotional guy.
Yeah, he's charged with breaking and entering, home invasion, and stalking.
That's not no excuse. He's an emotional guy. The quarterback from Minnesota did what the coach told him not to do when he danced in the end zone. He got the ball and he danced his way in the end zone. Do you know what they said on ESPN? They said, well, he's a growing young man. We all used to be like that. If Shedeur Sanders jumped up and said, yeah, we won, they'll be like, see, he's bragging. What's wrong with him?
Yes.
There's a different standard for us. So this brother, unfortunately, he's got a steep hill to climb. What is his number one thing he did wrong?
Breaking in his house and saying he gonna kill himself, and my blood is on your hands.
Because he might have had an opportunity to get hired again. I mean, now, I don't know.
Now, this is going to really get me in trouble. I know what he did wrong. He actually started to believe that community accepted him.
Right.
He thought that he was part of that. No, you're a pawn, boy. You're not going to be the coach of the University of Michigan long. You're not going to, this is not for you like that. They do things to say, okay, we had one, and you see what happened.
Right.
He was part of Harbaugh's staff. Harbaugh helped him get that job. It wasn't like Michigan went out, oh, we got to get this guy. Harbaugh let him inherit the slot. It only take a second to get in trouble over there. If you heard Cat Williams on Club Shay Shay, he said they could take you down in how long? 2 weeks. He had, you think his wife finna stay with him? You think they finna be solid?
I don't know. They just showed their first public outing, and they were leaving his lawyer's office. She was the only one holding a lot of papers.
She tried to see how much money left.
I don't know. And then they have an itty bitty baby. So they got three, 4 daughters. I don't know, but they have an itty
He'll
bitty
be visiting them kids.
Anyway,
he'll be visiting them kids. You can't. You have to be smart enough to know when you're invited in and what you're invited in for. And there are some people you just can't teach this. They don't get it. They'll tell you you're crazy. But listen, he's the coach of Michigan.
Was.
Not long. They gonna fight. Look, Ime Udoka was in Boston. What
They
happened?
let him go. What do you mean? They throw him. Yeah, okie dokie.
He did the okie dokie because a male organ cannot be legislated. You're going to sleep with, is that his wife?
Yeah.
Yes.
White wife.
Oh man, she got the long jaw.
Yeah, she got that Rip Hamilton face. That's that
You don't be minding them.
good mid-range
This
shooter,
bitch look
man.
like a skull with a wig on.
Yeah, bitch.
They look like they could make it.
Bitch, daddy
She
is
might
sexy.
not go nowhere. She ain't got a lot of options.
Like the McDonald's moon face. Look at this.
Yeah, but who knows what's going to happen to him?
Somebody say, can he be deported? Y'all stupid.
He from the Trinidad.
Oh, shoot. That's right. Wow.
Hey man, listen, man. You can't. You're a visitor, dog. That is not your community. Head coach of Michigan. That is preserved for. Is it a coincidence Jim Harbaugh and his brother are coaches in the NFL? Is that a coincidence?
Nah. That's called nepotism.
Is it a coincidence that they force the Manning brothers on us?
No, hell no.
You are a visitor. You cannot kick it in that community, sleeping with their women, sleeping with your wife, even though that's your wife. Right. You have to understand, you're not really welcome here. We're going along with this, but we're going to get you out of here. Because what did he do wrong? Some rule they made up where don't sleep with the women you work with. How?
Well,
how?
That he might have been able to bypass, but then when he did that other thing after.
What you said, Darlene, don't need to be slid by. You telling me a man who works with women is not going to sleep with them. Do you know the law of proximity? When you get to know somebody, male, female, the chances of you two having, I'm finna get in trouble. I don't care. It's my opinion. Stephen A. Smith and Molly was an item. Stephen A. Smith on ESPN.
She must be about that money.
They boy, that's ESPN's boy.
Right.
And Molly was an idol.
And she's still on the show?
No, she got gone. Molly had a terrible attitude, but she was allowed to stick around for a long time. That's how I knew, because wouldn't nobody tolerate a Molly?
Right.
Molly is an awful person. But if men work with women, it's going down.
All right, y'all. Pretty sad situation. What is fairly common about it is in corporate environments, I don't care if it's sporting, I don't care if it's banking, I don't care if it's government. You're around people, they're typically successful people, they're often attractive people. Temptations will be there, but professionalism has to win out. But it's always there. And if you're married or in a committed relationship and it's a little dry at home, the grass looks greener on the other side. It's just a human nature type of deal. Specifically, when you're in a position of leadership, if you're a peer, that is not frowned on as much. Sometimes you may just have to separate departments, can't work under the same hierarchy because of a conflict of interest. You can't have emotions affecting job performance. But in leadership, if somebody's reporting to you, that is an obvious no-no. And that seems like with him being the head coach, that directly or indirectly, he may have been supervising her. So you know what that gets into. But Cam asked a good question in terms of the inappropriate relationship part, if they just said it was a staff member. So it's almost like, and I'm guessing, but she must have reported to him because coworkers can do that. Now, if they have clauses in their contract for conduct detrimental to the image, brand, like the school, then adultery may be put in the contract, even though it's not illegal. It's immoral, which can affect the brand. That may be a part of somebody's contract, especially if you're talking about somebody making 7, 8 figures. You understand? They don't want to risk to that. So this seems like this might have fell in that category. We'll find out more as the story comes out. And the fact that they kind of got away with it until he couldn't get himself uninfatuated and actually goes to her house. Yeah. So, you know how many times these stories are revolving around, no offense to women, but a woman and those passions, man. So, all you youngins out there, take note. You know what I'm saying? We done seen people do some wild things for females, man. So, anyway, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, it's your boy Delta Answer. We out.